Have you found yourself having extremely in-depth conversations this week, especially, I would say, over the past 3 days? Have you been sharing maybe some secrets? Have people been talking to you about their secrets? These are family secrets. These are secrets that maybe you've never said out loud that are maybe about you. So we have both the Sun trining Pluto, which is the ruler of Scorpio, which is known for its secrets and depth, as well as Mars squaring Pluto. When we talk about something trining, when a planet is trining in a transit, that means it's the most harmonious, transit, the most harmonious aspect available. There's a flow, right? So if we were thinking of the energy going through a hose, completely clear, okay? No kinks in the hose. Which I'm not judging you if you have kinks, good for you. All right, moving on. A square where we have the Sun squaring Pluto is more of a challenging energy. It's where these planets are in opposition of one another. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative. I always think about a square like squaring off for a fight. It's a point of tension, and it's a catalyst for growth. So, not a negative, right? It's really about perception. Additionally, we have the Sun opposing Neptune. Neptune, the planet of dreaminess, illusion. Really, it's beautiful energy. It allows us to create from this place of the highest of the high, head up in the clouds, and really brings forth these beautiful ideas and fantasy that we can then ground in its most healthiest and productive energy. When we're talking about the Sun, which is the conscious identity, it's how we think of ourselves. And when we have that opposing, which is like an opposition, right, to the planet of dreams, to the planet of illusions, it creates this push-pull dynamic, this tension of, well, I really want to do this thing and I have these ideas about it. Well, what does it mean for me? Very confusing energy, very dreamy, foggy-like energy that the collective is experiencing right now. We'll get back to the earlier transits I mentioned in a minute, but this is important. So focusing on the Sun opposing Neptune, again, this offers the opportunity, because it's all about perception, to distinguish the reality from illusion. It's to say, okay, well, I have this confusion here about what I think is going on and what the reality is. But there are many truths, right? What is your truth? What is my truth? What is the truth that suits me? What is the truth that is for me, for my highest good? What is that? So this alignment offers us the opportunity to sit with and hold this multidimensional die to get to the actual side that reflects our truth. Unhealthy patterns, breaking cycles, sometimes really hard stuff, like tough stuff. Hello, can we talk about the past few weeks? Holy moly. Now, so Mars squaring Pluto. Remember what I was saying about the square? This is going to create conflict, tension, a struggle. It's all of the pressure building up in the pressure cooker to get the rice cooked. It's necessary before we're able to open up the top, let it go, and then be able to eat the things that we've prepared through this intense pressure. Because we're talking about Mars, planet of aggression, the starter, the fire starter, and we're talking about Pluto, hidden desires, sexuality, sometimes desires that we even hide to ourselves, unhealthy habits, cycles that we've been doing. These are, again, when I talk about hidden, I mean often unconscious, right? Because when we recognize something that it's clear, that it's oh my goodness, I've been doing this and it's actually been holding me back, or it's been, I've been unable to develop in these areas because of this, right? It's all part of the path. It's not about shade or shame. It's really about being ready to see those things to move into the next chapter. So Mars, action-oriented, and Pluto, deep-seated power struggles and unconscious desires, and sometimes, like I said, some pretty challenging things. This is bringing forth these unresolved things in our world. Remember, I'm talking about illusions that we didn't realize. We're talking about Neptune, which is involved in the other transit. So we have this opportunity with all of these things coming up to the surface, right? It feels really uncomfortable. There's this birth, this reawakening, this rebirth, this opportunity to shed, right? It feels like it's building up inside. As we recognize these patterns, and it feels uncomfortable because astrologically speaking, and the word around the campfire is in a spiritual sense, we've had these cycles going on for some time. Some of these are lifelong cycles. This been for the collective to recognize something we've been doing for almost our whole lives, and then to be like, oh my goodness, to realize this over the period of the past few weeks, this is an intense energy to learn to let go. And because we live in this dense realm where things take a bit, as they should, we're human, we are processing it. It takes time to process. And it is forced to change, right? Pluto, death and transformation. Mars is taking the action towards those things. The Sun and Neptune exposing the illusions that need to be changed. Uranus is in the mix, so we're talking about rebelliousness. Again, the need for change with disruptive energy. And all of these things are uncomfortable because if we were comfortably sitting in things, we would not change. We would remain stagnant. And this is really coming to a head as we're seeing, again, not just on a societal level, which is very easy to note, seeing what's going on with the larger structures that are the infrastructure of society in the corporate sense and business sense, but also in our personal lives, right? What are the things that have been holding us back? Again, this energy has been showing up. We had Chiron in the mix as well. Chiron, the planet, the asteroid that represents our deepest wounds, often attached to parental wounds. So parent-child relationships, both with the masculine and the feminine energies coming up, these traditional gender roles coming up, asking us to look at things, asking us, showing us different versions of the stories that we know, or the same story with different glasses on, giving us the opportunity to heal, whatever that means for you as the collective. Because how we are with our parental relationships also will come up again in our closest relationships, right? Relationships with ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, relationships with partners, how we feel about our partners, how we speak with our partners, how we feel about our partners' actions, and our friends' actions, and the people who are closest to us. Okay, so at this point, if you've made it this far, you might be like, Tian, okay, so like I get it. Is there supportive energy? Yes, we have the Sun trining Pluto. So again, it's not so much about things being an unsupportive energy versus a supportive energy as much as it is understanding the benefits of each of these energies in their alignments and what they offer to us, right? In a climatic sense. So with the Sun trining Pluto, the Sun, the sense of self, our conscious awareness of ourselves, our conscious beliefs of ourselves, our egos, in total harmony with Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, of power, of transformation, of understanding deep the depths of our deepest desires, and bringing that to the surface. The Sun and Pluto are working together, being like, yeah, you know what, all this stuff is going on and you can do this. Yes, it may be hard, these things may be going on, but you can do this. You will do this when you come out of the other side. How are you going to choose? What are you going to choose? Because regardless, we will be transformed at the end of this. We will be transformed regardless. What conscious actions are we going to take, because free will, while we walk through this hallway to get to the other side? What actions are we going to take? We have the opportunity to heal through this, and that can show up in so many different ways. Manifesting, forgiveness, just lead with your heart. And much love to you if you made it this far. Let me know how the transits are treating you. I'll talk to you soon. Much love.